Hello my YouTube friends and happy holidays. I am very excited today because not only is it the holiday season and I know tons of underwear and socks are well on their way to my house, but I'm collaborating with two other epic Tastemade partner channels to bring you an Italian-inspired dessert collaboration. That's right, today I'm pairing up with Buona Papa and Vincenzo's Plate to bring you two awesome desserts. So at the end of this video, make sure you click on all their videos, check out the desserts, subscribe to the channels, and hey, while you're at it, spread that holiday cheer and click on that subscribe button below. It's red like Rudolph's nose for a reason. For my Italian-inspired dessert, I'm gonna make a classic tiramisu and infuse some of those American holiday flavors and make it a pumpkin-spiced tiramisu. As you know, pumpkin spice has a cult following. And better off, it's a no-bake dessert. So you know, anytime I don't have to pop open that oven and actually bake something, I'm all for it. So let's make this because it's super easy and takes no time to make. So considering that tiramisu literally means pick me up, it's only appropriate that we start with the coffee. So in the bowl, I have 2 cups of brewed coffee. To that, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of pumpkin spice that's laced with a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cardamom. Pumpkin spice is just equal parts cinnamon, clove, and nutmeg. So you can either make it yourself or buy the pre-made. And I just add that cardamom there because I love those kind of warming winter flavors. Next up, I have 2 ounces of booze. I'm using amaretto liqueur, but you can use anything you want. Hey, everything's better with a little bit of liquor. I'm just gonna mix that up and put it on the side. All right, next up, we're gonna make the mascarpone mixture, and it doesn't get any easier than this. So in the bowl, I have 2 egg yolks. To that, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar and beat that vigorously for about 2 minutes until it's really light, velvety, and creamy. And I'm using powdered sugar, that way it incorporates into the egg yolks a lot easier than granulated. That's about what we're looking for there. Anytime I use raw eggs, I make sure they're organic and farm fresh. But if you don't wanna use that, you can substitute heavy whipping cream, beat it up, and then later on, fold it into your mixture. And to that, I'm gonna add 8 ounces of mascarpone cheese. Have you ever noticed that all the chefs on TV call it mascarpone? Last time I checked, there's an S there, mascarpone. Every time you pronounce it wrong, Giada De Laurentiis sheds a tear. And mascarpone is just the Italian version of cream cheese. Next up, I have 3/4 cup of pumpkin puree. Make sure you use the puree and not the pumpkin pie mixture. That already has seasonings and sugar in it. Next up, I have 1½ teaspoons of pumpkin spice, along with a 1/4 teaspoon of cardamom. And to make sure our mascarpone mixture is light and fluffy, I'm gonna beat 2 egg whites with 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar until they reach stiff peaks. We're gonna grab our egg whites and fold them in. You don't have to be too gentle here, but try to fold it in instead of stirring it and deflating all those beautiful egg whites. Now comes the time you can taste it and see if you want to add any more pumpkin spice, any more powdered sugar. But I think it's point on. Let's make our little tiramisu cups. Now for assembling this, I'm going to use these cute little trifle glasses because, hey, it's the holidays. I want to go a little fancy, you know? Maybe not serve that $2 chuck and serve a fancy bottle of wine and give your guests something to remember. First up, grab your lady fingers and maybe stop messing around. And now all you want to do is dunk on one side and dunk on the other. You don't want to keep them submerged in there too long, otherwise they're going to get soft and mushy. Now because I'm using these little trifle cups here, I'm just going to make sure they fit perfectly, so I'm just going to break off the end here like that. And take the sugar side up and layer it in the bottom there. And then I'm just going to keep repeating. Dunk on one side, dunk on the other. And just keep stacking the lady fingers next to each other until you have one full row on the bottom of the cup. So I'm going to take a nice dollop of our pumpkin spiced mascarpone. Spread it out, cover all the lady fingers. Try to get to the edge of the glass. Now that that layer is done, I'm going to grab some cocoa powder that I mixed with pumpkin spice and ground cardamom. Now, as you can see, I'm trying to reinforce that pumpkin spice wherever I can, you know. Think like an Iron Chef. Really get those flavors deep down into the recipe. Just spoon some into a sifter or a strainer, and then use that spoon to gently tap over the top of the mascarpone cream mixture. Now we have one more layer for this Italian-American masterpiece here. And I mean, this is fun for the holidays because you can get the kids in the kitchen and they can be dunking the cookies. There's no heat source involved. So I think this is a great holiday recipe. I have a few spaces here that are empty, and that's where I'm going to use my leftover pieces here because we don't want to waste anything at all. And then back to the mascarpone cream mixture. I'm going to take a hefty dollop there and then grab our cocoa mixture again. Perfect. And then to garnish, I have some amaretto cookies here that I crushed up in a bag. Because remember, we used that amaretto liqueur in the coffee mixture, and I want to reinforce that flavor. I told you, we're thinking like an Iron Chef today. We're getting those flavors down in there. So all we have to do is grab some of these smashed up amaretto cookies, and it just adds a little bit of texture because this is a very creamy dessert, very soft, and I like a little contrasting texture in there. Check out those beautiful layers. I love being able to see that. You can see the mascarpone, you can see the cocoa, you can see the lady fingers in there. As tempting as this is to stick a spoon in there right now and just go to town, we have to wait at least 3 hours so those lady fingers really soak up all the moisture and they get nice and soft. If I do it now, they're gonna be crunchy, so our patience is gonna be tested just a little bit. Well, that's it for today. I hope you guys have a great holiday season. And if you try this recipe, hey, leave a comment below or let me know what kind of recipes you make around the holiday. And in just a few seconds, check out the other videos from my collaboration partners. They're gonna have awesome dessert videos. So now, if you don't mind, I'd like to be alone with my tiramisu, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, guys.